Hey, what is up everyone? Marches back here. Today I'll be doing an initial review on the new HARDEN Volume 3. I just played yesterday, so this is my first feedback reaction on the shoe upon playing with it for the first time. So let's start off with the upper of the HARDEN Volume 3s. It's kind of different from the upper of the Volume 2s because right now they went back to a different kind of mesh upper. It's not knit. I think it's textile mesh. What I like about it is it's not stretchy. One thing that I like now about uppers, it's not that stretchy because it gives you support and more structure. So lateral and forward actions are very well supported. What I like about this colorway that I got, the Voyager, initially I was thinking of getting the black colorway, but it wasn't available. And when I saw this colorway, I thought gonna get dirty because it's white and gray. What brought me to buy this colorway is when I saw this on hand personally. I saw the sparkly, like 3M-ish reflective dots on the upper. I really think it's cool comparing it with just the black colorway. I wanted that because it's kind of in a safe colorway and the boost was black. But I really like the upper of this one. Also, this fused mesh is kind of reflective, so it's quite nice too when the light hits it. It's kind of metallic colors, not flat gray. So that's the textile mesh upper. When I was testing it out, when I was doing lateral movements, I was really exaggerating my side movements. This plastic here serves lateral support, doing its job perfectly. The fused plastic that holds the band here also gives you medial support. So lateral support is awesome. I think there's one viewer who asked me, he is a wide footer. He's having doubts in getting the HARDEN Volume 3s because of the straps. All you wide footers, don't be too concerned because the band is quite elastic. It's okay if you're a wide footer, just go true to size. Usually I go half a size down on my Adidas. So if you're a wide footer, go true to size. I think that the band will adjust and fit your foot accordingly. Looking at the medial side, I think this 13 in Roman numerals also serves as a lateral support and holds your foot really tightly in the footbed. Actually, this band, I think it's just for aesthetics. Doesn't do anything. But if you're a wide footer, it will hug it and you'll feel more locked down and secure. So that's what I felt when I cranked it up. I'm a normal footer. I still felt the band a bit, but doesn't do much. Moving on to the heel support, there's an internal heel counter here that gives you lockdown and support. At first, I thought that the lockdown was not that good, but all I did was just crank up the laces really tightly. And don't worry, it won't hurt your foot because the tongue of the HARDEN Volume 3s is pretty well padded. So just crank this up and what it will do is pull your foot inside in the Achilles pillow. The lockdown will improve drastically. So heel lockdown and support is also excellent on the shoe. I like the materials they use here in the heel. It's not just like the furry thing in your towel. It's soft, but when you put your foot in, the grains of the material is going down. It goes against your foot when you're pulling it up, gives you extra lockdown, if you get what I mean. It's facing downward, so it's rough when you're pulling your, like, when I'm pulling my hand upwards, it's kind of rough, but when you're pushing your hand inside, it's soft. It helps, I think, in the lockdown to give it a more textured, rough feel so that your socks won't slip out. And this was my concern initially. This heel goes really high up. I thought it will rub against my Achilles, but I didn't have any issues on it while I was playing with it. I wasn't distracted on how high it was when I was playing. Another concern initially that I have with the Volume 3s is the ankle area is really low. As you know, ankle support is not based on this part, but it's based on the heel counter, on how it holds your heel really tightly. If the shoe holds your heel tightly and supports it enough, then ankle support is good. My ankle bone is sitting right up here. It's quite comfy. You can move freely, so quick movements on the shoe is pretty awesome. Inside the shoe, there's a lucky detail here. James Harden's nickname. It's what his mother called him. He is her lucky charm, thus the name Lucky. So inside the shoe, there's a good quality insole, which I really like. It's like a memory foam, but not that thick. I think they made it that thin too because as you can see inside, you're sitting directly to the boost material. So step-in comfort on this shoe is really awesome. I immediately felt the boost when I first wore it. Just a thin textile in between the insole and the boost. I'm squishing it, you can really squish the boost. So impact protection on the Volume 3 so far is awesome. Also on the forefoot, you can still feel the boost because there's no thick material in between the boost and your foot. Forefoot and heel ride is really good. And at the same time, the forefoot boost is not that thick, so it gives you excellent court feel and responsiveness. Good combination. So let's move on to the outsole traction of the shoe. The outsole of the Volume 3s is multi-directional herringbone. I really love that Adidas changed it up from that, how do you call that pattern they did on the 1s and the 2s. It's like, I think that's the impact pattern where James Harden put his foot in. I really love that they brought back the herringbone on this shoe because on the 1s and 2s, the outsole on initial use of it, the traction was awesome, but there's some parts of it that tend to have less traction in it. If you slip a bit on that area, then the shoe really grabs it on the other part. I think it's more on the area below the big thumb on the Harden Volume 1s and 2s. For those who have the Harden Volume 1s and 2s, you felt the same way, let me know in the comments down below. With this one, on the first day that I've used it, I was really gripping. Every surface area of the herringbone, the traction is awesome. The one thing I really love about the Harden line is the traction is always consistent, always awesome. Traction is always very good. So another thing that I would like to touch up, there's a TPU plate on the whole shoe, like in the Crazy Explosive, they put it there. So the main purpose of the TPU shank is to spring your shoe back into its original place when you're doing responsive and quick movements. So it really helps on your quickness. That's the point that I'm trying to make. So that's it on my initial use on the Harden Volume 3s. I would play with them tonight, try to play with this shoe the entire week and give you the full performance review in the following week or following days. So for those who have the Volume 3s already, let me know if you agree with me on what I've shared, and if there's some things that I didn't touch up, let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you have any questions, just ask me in the comments down below. So this has been Marches. Once again, I hope you like my initial review on the Harden Volume 3s. And if you haven't joined the raffle yet, please click the link in the description down below. Thank you again for watching this video. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.